He jumped the pit and ran down the street. Poodle had to go find him. He was on 95 trying to make his way back to Window House. He was trying to run back to Rising Star Kennels with an 8-month-old puppy on his ass.
Turned to a track star.
Oh man, he had a medal, a gold one. Usain Bolt. They was all hanging together.
Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing trees. And I'm saying niggas should be around there, won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. And I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my block, now bitch, you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my pockets, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Those flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches all from my face, I ain't know who they is. Everybody up from my mix like I'm a hero and shit. Fall back, I'll buy a brick. Right now I'm on a mission, I'm giving you 2 for 20. Got grams going for 50. Putting that in my pockets, the nigga you bullshitting. What the fuck you ain't listen? I done told you I got to get. Nobody depending on me, so it's all mine. I ain't stressing out by myself, that's how it going down. My mama fighting her little addiction, she gon' be alright. Before I have her tweaking and begging, I put something up on the pipe. It's a little fraction of my life, still all in for a lick. Lurking for fatty, looking for niggas to tone mix. Start to lurking if I'm hurting, different side come out. That flip shit, Dr. Jacob, Mr. High come out. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burning G.
Okay, this time, stay consistent.
Yep. You right. You right about that. Now, my brothers and sisters, salute all the brothers down in the chat, all the sisters down in the chat, and everybody who watching this video that's not in the chat.
Why I can't see the chat? I want to see who on here. What about Mike Morgan? He on here? Let's see Mike Morgan on here. I want to talk about Mike Morgan on here. Mike Morgan shaking now if he watching your show. Oh, I hope he don't say it again.
Hey, so what pit bull lines do you favor?
Bolio, Boils. I love Jeep. I ain't gonna say I don't love Jeep. But I used to love the Rebel Kennel stuff that Ricky Jones had, like the wood snooty, like the boomerang snooty Jeep. It was like Champion Thor, Champion Penny, Jarrett's Champion Head, that kind of blend right there, and then cross that into the Patrick Boyle stuff like that. But I like I love Bolio. I've always had a Bolio dog or two around to play games with and go walking, but the Boyle stuff will probably be the number one. But I think deep down in my heart, what I'm in love with is Bullet Son. I don't just like their body and all that other stuff, but I think it's the Bullet Son inside that blend, or the Bolio blend, to make the Boils is what I liked it. But that with that Jeep stuff, I really loved that a lot. There wasn't a lot round at the time. I didn't create a line of it. You know, I was just always like Maurice Carver, buying people dogs and selling it to other people. So when it comes to American Pit Bull Terriers, I had my hand on almost every Boils dogs and a lot of good dogs that was out there from Jeep, from Crenshaw, from Tant and all that other stuff back in the day. But you know, the Boils, I knew Ronald Boils. I stayed around here in Florida. He stayed in right the road in Fur. He stayed in Yulee before he went to Waycross, Georgia. I grew up around these kind of guys, so I was closer around the Boil stuff. And Jacksonville was saturated with Boils, but we had other bloodlines around, but Boils was us.
Yeah. Okay.
Boils, Bolio. I'm Bolio Boils with a little bit of Bullet Son and Jeep. And who knows if any of their pedigrees is right, because they all was right.
You're right about that. You're right about that. So if you could have any old school dog from the past, who would it be?
Heroes. I reincarnate that motherfucker, and I clone him every day. I clone 20 of them. Well, not at one time.
So who is he off?
Nero's was a son of Nitro, Steely's Nitro, who was a son of Grand Champion Hall's Grand Champion Handicap and Man's Crazy Tippy. Crazy Tippy was off of Champion Mr. Rogers and Queen of Hearts. Abraham's Grand Champion Queen of Hearts. You know, handicap is Sugarfoot Penny Soup.
Yeah.
And Nero's mama was that same synchronization I told you before. She was Valley Boys Betty. Valley Boys Betty. They had Stan Cash, but had Valley Boys Betty. And the Valley Boys got a lot of dogs from Ricky Jones. Ricky Jones was Rebel Kennels. Rebel Kennels had the synchronations of dogs straight off a Jeep, dogs straight off a Wood Snooty, you know what I'm saying? Dogs straight off a Boomerang. And he was mixing them and mixing that Boomerang Snooty together and then breed them directly to Jeep. And I ain't talking about back in a whole bunch of dogs in the back. Boomerang bred back to his daughter, and Boomerang's son bred back to his daughter, then bred them together, then bred it back to Boomerang, then bred that to Wood Snooty, then bred that one to Jeep. Ricky had some dogs.
I heard he did. So give me one female you could take back to Nero's from the past or the future, you know, but we're talking pretty much the past because that way.
Ain't all that living that I would take a dog off of?
Who that? It could be a dog from it could be dog from the damn 1910. You know, it could be a dog from any time. Dog, you know, a female dog that you would take to go back into Nero.
I don't know. I want to keep repeating Neros. I don't need to do that shit over again. I had every dog that was. I had Grand Champion Sparky, that dog that everybody be talking about. He was my dog. I had 12-time winner Mauler Red was my dog. I took care of Champion what that dog? I had double bred daughters off him before they stole a whole other. What his name was? Shit, I have to look online. Wait a minute, why we talking? I had all of them dogs. Them dogs was my dogs at one time. I just didn't have my name on them dogs. But shit, man, I didn't like none of them damn dogs like him. Champion. We done had a lot of champions. Oh man, my friend, them guys and dogs have to tell you about my dog. But you see, I can't even remember them.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
I'm sitting here right now and I'm telling you, I don't even remember them. I don't even remember half of them dogs. Just look here.
So when it comes to the pits, Do you got any mentors in the pit bull game?
I'd have to say I hung around Jerry Nelson more for as a mentor. But it's not really just a mentor, but just to talk about dogs all the time. It would be Jerry Nelson. Jerry Nelson had them carver dogs. You ever heard of him?
Yep.
He dead now, but Jerry Nelson had dogs. He had that bottleneck stuff. They was 45-minute curves. Hard biting dogs. They was,
Yeah.
So Jerry Nelson at the time back then, I ain't learned nothing from no Ronald Boys, none of them. Them guys were just selling dogs to people. They wasn't taking you under their wing. And I ain't saying they wasn't nice and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying that, but they wasn't.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I was my own goddamn mentor. I was my own mentor. I ain't had no mentor that teaching me nothing back then. But my goddaddy Vernon, I say he was probably the biggest mentor, if you want to say a mentor, Vernon McClendon. His name on a lot of dogs, but his name ain't on them. A lot of dog men got dogs out there with him in the bloodline, because him and old man Pete Spark had a lot of dogs. Pete Spark could teach you something. He didn't care who you, what color you was, and it really wasn't about the money. Old man Pete Sparks was a good guy. I was a little boy, so I can't really say I had a man relationship with him. He died by the time I graduated from high school. So,
did you see any dogs coming off of Voodoo that remind you of Nero's? That is his name, right? That is his name, right? Nero or Nero's?
Yeah. Well, I ain't see no dogs because I got out of dogs then.
Yeah.
When I got out of dogs, I wasn't really looking at pit bulls like that no more. I was in this world over here that I'm doing. I was breeding the pit bulls. I wasn't going to the pit or nothing like that kind of stuff. I had every dog brought a boy in them, and then WC Windy City Combine breeding rawhide, champion rawhide. I took care of him for a long time for my cousin. And I had that dog. I bred a lot of breeds. I double bred on rawhide. I had the old little stove rawhide bred to I had, let me see, he was a little I bred off of rawhide. I bred Goldilocks with rawhide, the champion Reba. Reba was off of Rodriguez champion Gator and Rising Stars champion Gypsy. Probably a piece of shit, but hey.
Did the rawhide produce the good stuff?
I ain't seen. I mean, like I say, I don't remember us. I don't remember. We probably beat some dogs up or something like that back then. I don't know. I don't remember hearing no real big hoopla, no screaming and jumping up and down and riding in the car, lighting cigarettes and counting money about his offsprings. But he probably did pretty good. He was eventually sold to Wilder. I think that Wilder guy died, didn't he?
I remember. I know Wilder. I heard of Wilder.
He got sick, but Champion G Money. That was one of my dogs. I had him too. He was a dog off of Yellow. I had all kind of dogs. I had every dog out there back in the day. You name it. I had dogs off of Hunter Red Rome, Terrence Triple A, dogs off of Red Devil. I had all of them. I be hearing how y'all talk about that stuff. I ain't had none of that. He didn't give us none of that bullshit because he knew them gangster black boys were coming back.
Hey, you got it from the real Red Devil.
Oh, yeah. We was coming back, bro. He didn't want that kind of problem. Not that kind of, these little black boys showing up with all that money like that. They was somebody, and they didn't say much.
Man, hey, I tell you what, the way that man was talking, that say he knew him like the back of his head, that man said he wouldn't have met y'all at the house. He met y'all somewhere y'all thought was the house.
Hey, man, I believe him. I believe everything he's saying, but all I'm saying is he ain't want them kind of problems.
Oh, yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Back then, that was gang-like problem. You don't want that, man. You can't hide from that.
Yeah.
Gang-like, you ain't gonna hide from that because we run the world.
So are you a big inbreeder when it comes to your program, or you like to keep it kind of scattered?
You know what? I don't even know what inbreeding is.
Father to daughter?
the reason I'm saying I don't know what inbreeding is because, man, all these damn dogs inbred, if you want to say that, how the hell you think you create a line? How you think they created a breed? You bred a German Shepherd to a Rottweiler to a Schnauzer to a Shih Tzu, and then you took them puppies out that litter and bred it back to the daddy side, or you bred that Tim to the same synchronization to another dog, and you line bred them, and you came back to the stuff you like, and then you line breed that. So you have to inbreed, line breed, whatever you're talking about to create a dog, but and especially in pit bulls, you got 100, 200, 300, 200 years of fighting Irish Terriers, line bred, inbred. Go back behind. See, when y'all look at dogs today, I don't look at them dogs today. I look at the dogs when I was in dogs, and I look at the dogs that was behind them dogs. All them dogs, Dabo. All them dogs, Tudor Spike, Miss Spike. And the only other thing that different was Black Widow. She was different. And then you got Lightner. Heinzel had some of that stuff was a quarter of this and that. And Carver them was puppy peddlers with money. So they bought everybody or anybody dog that had some dogs.
Yeah.
And so all these dogs got Carver name on it. Don't mean it's a Carver. If you can say that, well, if you want to say Carver, then Bolio is a Carver dog, but he ain't the same stuff that those Carver dogs is. Carver just they own it. They passed them around.
Yeah.
The dogs went through 6, 7 people's hands. When I was in dogs, I have a dog for a year, get puppies off it. I said I traded to you for something else. Then you traded to somebody else, your homeboy. Then he traded to another man in Texas. And that man in Texas get littles and some dog. He traded to somebody else. Then somebody else making his forever home.
Yep.
They did that all the time. We did that all the time. The dog game ain't the same game today that it was then.
You're right about that.
It ain't the same game.
You're right about that.
And so when I look at dogs, I look at, it's like, I'll tell you what. If you grab a dog pedigree and you open up a pedigree, right? And if you got online pedigree and you can do that, the best way to know what a dog is, go to the 3rd generation and look at every dog in the 3rd generation. That's what that dog is.
Yeah.
That's how you read a pedigree. Then I can come back up and say, oh, he double bred Jeep or double bred grandson of this, or his mama was inbred on this 2 times this dog, then this dog. So he quarter this, quarter that, and his bottom is the same. So he all red boy. You're on here. You know, that's the way, you know, I can see it from that way. But I see pedigrees different than the way most people look at them. You know, you look at people talking about, oh, different strain of this, strain of that. Nigga, what you mean? You mean Pit Stop, Waccamaw, Cotton, all of them just had different little mates. And they all came off Red Boy. You mean he kept it pure, he didn't bring no other trash in it. You mean some of that other curse shit that y'all was liking, or he, you know, he might have liked Chinaman for a while, and he bred Chinaman to his Cottonham Bullet, then brought it back and went 2 or 3 more times. He didn't do that. They kept it the same dogs, different dogs. So when I look at Pit Stop today and every dog, like quarter that and everybody dog, that's what it is. That's Red Boy stuff. That's Hunter, that's Deacon, Hunter on. You go over here, Cotton, it's the same stuff. It's just different names on owners on it, different little mates. And the way I look at it is those guys was tried and true as people. So, you know, if you got a dog from him, if the paper is what it say, and so if the paper what it say, and if it's doing what it's doing by performance, then I can trust using that in the dogs for what I'm using it for. That's the way I see dogs. I don't see dogs the way people see it.
Yeah, yeah. Feel you on that.
I don't believe in inbred, line bred. I believe this shit, fuck it. He retained the gene.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope y'all heard that out there, man. Hope y'all heard that out there. So tell me about this dog right here. Tell me about this dog right here, man.
Ooh, look at that dog there. Oh, look at that dog. Oh, look at it. I started shaking. Woo, that was no, well, that was almost like a man orgasm. Now, let me tell you about that dog. I got to look at his pedigree over here. That's a nice little dog there, man. I got my god brother. He said some stuff about my poor little dog. We down there. I down there was her hot with him for almost 24 hours. Oh, well, I don't got his pedigree up there because I don't need him to see it. But let me tell you something. Now, that's Nero's. That's the one. I'm gonna tell you. I gotta say. Let me say this first before I say anything. I read all the time, and I don't like to keep digging in a man back. But the one thing I will credit the Morgan, what his name is, Mike Morgan? Yeah, Mike Morgan, that's his name. One thing I credit Mike Morgan for is he took a puppy that I gave them. I gave it to George. George sold it to him, and then they both got together and made up some fake papers to, you know, make it look good on paper to make a lot of money. Mike got rich off all y'all. Now, the only thing I don't like is, you know, now that I look at dogs, it hurt a little bit that he just can't come out one day and say, man, it's how the dogs bred, y'all. They are good dogs. And his daddy was a real true killer. Man, why you took that picture down? Man, I'm like, make me tell the story when I look at it. God damn. That's one thing I can say is Mike took and preserved a family of dogs. None of y'all can be mad at it now, because that he did that shit there.
Yeah.
That's that line, boy. That's that stuff.
Hey,
Now,
I ain't mean to cut you off. For y'all who don't know down there in the chat and who watching this video, that's Jimmy Draco right there. You know, the dog that he talking about, or the dog that you see on that picture right there, that's Jimmy Draco. That's a puppy. You know, that's a puppy right there. So my fault. I ain't mean to cut you off, my brother. Go ahead.
You know, I got Nero's pedigree online. Go ahead and put that pedigree up.
I'll show the pedigree when I post the video up.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well, Nero's is the true sire. The dog that I'm telling y'all about, the pit bull I keep cloning.
Yeah.
That's Voodoo Daddy. Voodoo Daddy ain't Nitro. Nitro was Nero's daddy, but Nero's was Voodoo Daddy.
Yeah.
Nero's was off of Rebel Kennels, Ricky Jones bitch. Stan Cash, bitch Betty bred to Nitro.
So if you had a chance, you'd rather have Nitro or Nero's?
Oh no, I'd rather have Nero's.
Yeah.
Nitro wasn't shit.
Okay.
No, Nitro wasn't shit. He was scared to even do that dog back then. That's why Comanche made champion. He had another brother, I believe, made champion. He was scared. He knew he was scared to see if Nitro even quit. George wasn't finna put him down. He wasn't that bad anyway.
Yeah.
Although he was off grand champion handicap and man's crazy tippy, them dogs, he wasn't that bad. But Nero's would have 6 months old would have made him not do nothing no more. I guarantee you that.
I clear, man. When I was younger, man, I always I had one that had a little bit in the like third or fourth pedigree in the generation, somewhere or another. Mm-hmm. It wasn't heavy. I always wanted me an handicap dog, and I never had one. Mm-hmm. I went and bought this, I went and bought that, and this and that. And that was kind of, you know, we had a little bit of internet, but not much. It wasn't like we got now. It was just a little tad bit where you can contact here and there or whatever. You could just see some online pictures and had a little message board that was up at the time. I forgot what the name. But I always wanted me an handicap dog, man. I ain't never get a chance to get one. I always say that on my videos. Handicap and 357. I wanted one off of 357, not Macho Buck. This off of 357.
Now, you know, I own Voodoo Mama too now.
Damn.
Yeah, but they be... Listen, man. I ain't registered no dogs. George Scopes now and Ronald Boy, you know, George Scopes was like, to me, Ronald, let's say he was Ronald Boy's flunky.
Yeah.
Windy City Combine flunky. Whatever they gave him, they give him a dog, a puppy out of everything they breed this way to make money and make money off guys. He get them half of the money he make. They was the salesmen at that point off of bloodlines, off of the dogs, and they was controlling the game. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he could take a bitch I gave him and register the bitch and whatever, because he the one owned the mama to the red gold, the handicap. She was off of handicap and red gold. So he can call ADBA and, you know, they gonna stick together and give him papers. But Voodoo Mama was my dog.
Damn.
So see, that's why I said they making this shit up.
Damn.
You see, but people don't know that.
That's because a lot, you know, when you like you said, you weren't registering your dogs and stuff up, and
yeah, they making that up about the breeding and they making up that they did that. How they did that on my dogs? Both of them.
Hey, you know how it go,
But
man.
they gonna say, I read on the message board, they were like, oh, Morgan's a straight up guy. He's a really good this. Motherfucker, Morgan's met me on the side of the road, gave me $500 and 2 puppies not to tell y'all that.
Hey, some people know it.
Wait a minute, I ain't never said that. This man met me on the side of the road, gave me, might have been $600 and 2 puppies.
Damn.
Somewhere on the side of the road in Tampa. Bush Noah.
I wonder how long he lived. How long Nero's lived.
Oh no, he didn't live long. We had another dog. My training partner at the time was Mike Bell, and he had a dog. We both trained him and Nero's the same every day together.
Oh, not I'm calling the names wrong, man. I'm talking about Voodoo Daddy.
That's what Nero's.
Okay.
Eventually, you know, everybody wanted to see when me and Mike broke up, everybody wanted to see a war back then.
Yeah. You know how that go.
And Nero's carried him out. That was the only dog that ever fought him back then. Ain't no other dog, man. Nero's carried out of Rising Star, what his name was, champion Rhino. He jumped the pit and ran down the street. Poodle had to go find him.
Damn.
He was on 95 trying to make his way back to Window House. He was trying to run back to Rising Star Kennels.
Damn.
With an 8-month-old puppy on his ass.
Turned to a track star.
Oh man, he had a medal, a gold one. Usain Bolt. They was all hanging together. What you talking about? He didn't even fight back. He didn't want that kind of problem.
Damn.
That dog Nero's was dangerous.
Damn.
And he hit him on, man. It was like when he hit him, it was like they thought a human hit him with a bat or something. It wasn't the same as 2 dogs hit each other and grab the leg and that little slap and all that. Oh, hell no.
Damn.
They ain't want them kind of problems.
So who would you consider the top bitch of all time? Of all time, top bitch.
Abraham's grand champion, Queen of Hearts.
Okay. A lot of brothers out there would agree with you on that. That's a lot of brothers that
I'm
would.
talking about from my way.
Oh yeah.
Hey, like for instance, I love Rico. I'm an internet guy now. I'm not into that kind of stuff, that world. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I look at Chico Lopez and marketing, and I like Mantra Book. But when I was growing up, we run Mayday dogs down the damn street, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't feed that shit.
That's why I try to tell them boys.
But I breed them. I got Mayday dogs now. That's all that's left after the good dog. See, look, watch this. When I say this to a bunch of young ignorant people, they might not get it, but I might make it so simple they just might get it. And the men of the past can get this. If all the real dog men that we named from the past done had their dogs took and went to jail, and they seized all the dogs and put them to sleep. So that means all the good killers and their dogs was dead. And what was left was the big dudes who didn't get busted in them damn curves that didn't mean nothing to nobody. And that's what's still around y'all breeding on and what y'all got. So if they took all the real dogs, what y'all breeding now ain't them damn real dogs. All the real dogs that got taken, that got stolen.
Hey, I agree with that, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Didn't they take all your dogs?
Yep. Hey, now in 1 year's time, you see how many dogs they took from across the country in 1 year's time. Now we go back to 99. Man, come on, man. They done took every damn bloodline that was floating around during them days from the early 90s and all that shit.
And then all us was young, immature, and them guys, and a lot of guys was rolling dogs and doing stuff to them good dogs. They lost and gone. So what you think left around here with the guys who was scared to come to the box, and the ones they was they was safe harboring, saving, like saving a captive saver.
Yep. Yep.
Come on, man. When I look at pedigrees today, now listen, ain't no disrespect. Now I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just being frank. I look at a pedigree and y'all show me all that T-boy this and man, Queen of Hearts was bad, but I don't want no Spanky, Mavis T-boy dog. I don't give a damn if they was her little mates. I don't want their team. I want her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a guy say to me, them the same dogs, they sister and brother. I don't give a dang sister and brother. I talk to you. I don't even know who your brother is. I don't even like your brother because I don't know him. I gotta talk to him and be around him and see his character and see what he know and how he feel and we think, then I might like him.
Yeah.
They ain't the same.
Yeah.
They ain't the same dog, man. Them ain't the same dogs. Them dogs, the real dogs, gone.
Hey.
Now, I know some guys that's still around that got some tough dogs, but most of the dogs I see today, when I look at a pedigree, it's hard for me because they got 10 different 10 different yards crossed in them. The old dog men would have never did that.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that.
The old dog men would have did it like how they doing the Dutch Shepherds. Everybody breed all of their good dogs who was off of the last champion to the champion over here. And everybody in the world, we breeding all our dogs off this one champion. Then when next champion come along, if he producing and we breed into a few dogs and he produced and he from the same strain, then we'll come back to him. And we ain't going out unless he's using him for an out. And that's the reason we went to him. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're an internet guy like me and Chico Lopez, then we like the way it look on paper.
Hey, I'm an internet guy my damn self.
I like the way it look on paper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ain't going to no box. You ain't put me in jail.
I hear you on that, bro. I hear you on that. Now, I got one more question, man, before we get up out of here.
You ain't going nowhere, man. You should have never called me if you don't want to talk for a 24 marathon. A Christmas 24 marathon. We ain't getting off this bitch till New Year's Day when the fall drop.
Well, give me your top 5 male dogs of all time.
My favorite of all time?
Top 5.
I don't want to sound like these little young boys on the internet that ain't seen no dogs around here yelling this dog bad and all that, because every last one of them done quit. Bullet Son done quit. Snooty done quit. Rascal, his first time out, they say he was this and that, but he ain't never quit after that, so he probably was the better. Zebo was a murderer and a man biter, but he ain't produced nothing worth having. And then again, you can't say that because here today they got dogs saying the champions over Zebo, but everybody ain't breed up on put all their baddest bitches to him to see if he went good with their dogs or not, because a lot of guys was being selfish. After a while, after Maurice Carver and all them type guys started gambling. And so they was just breeding dogs trying to, being selfish. Oh, I don't want to know my dog bred like, or I ain't breeding outside my yard and all that. They went to that kind of mentality. The dog game went to a bunch of gamblers that didn't care about the dog. It was about the money. They ain't picking them up. They ain't doing them right. They just got a bunch of dogs on the chain. They grab one and call it weights. Yep.
You right about that.
So to tell you my greatest dogs of all time, if I hadn't seen them to say this, but if I had to go with some dogs, I say Money Man sounds like the kind of dog, my kind of dog, Money Man. Champion Money Man. Y'all remember that? He living today. Champion Money Man is a Nero's type dog. So if I had to go with a dog today, if I had to raise one or reincarnate one, it would be Champion Money Man.
I got this saying, I can tell when someone's lying. It's kind of a thing I do. So, who are you?
Mauler Red wouldn't know. He won a lot of fights, but he wasn't no showstopper. But let's see. I know for one it'd be Mauler Man, it would be Money Man. With Nero, he's gonna be in there. That's gonna be 2.
Yeah.
Barracuda probably would be number 3, just to see, for me to go see if he was really what they were saying.
Money Man, Neros, and Barracuda.
I would probably want to see if Jeep was a phenomenal dog, like they say. But I heard he wasn't that great of a dog from all the old dog man in my day. So no, let me take Jeep off there. I just will use it in the cross. I would go with Ironhead. Ironhead will be a bad motherfucker. Cause my goddaddy them swore that if it ain't had Ironhead in it, it wasn't gonna be good. And Ironhead is supposedly probably the true daddy to all of these dogs that people got when they paper them a different way. And
I heard that before.
So Ironhead. Let's see. One other favorite dog I love. Let's see. It's gonna have to be between Bolio, Mauler. Between Bolio, Mauler, maybe Handicap. I don't know. George Nim was kind of like picky. It might have been picking fights. So let me see. I don't want to take nothing from Hall on that because he got a dog, but right now it's champion Money Man. Nero's and champion. It'd be Nero's number one, and I have Money Man number two to cross them together. I probably wouldn't want no more other dogs, but then Ironhead probably be some shit out, but it's keep in the house, and I have some pistols and shit in case y'all want to come steal him. Because you know they're going to steal every champion that was good got stolen. And Barracuda just going to be sitting in the bushes around the house just to see if he was bad. If he wasn't bad, I'm going back down to Miami, and I'm going to do something to every last one of them down there. A-Crass and all of them. The Lions, pretty much. And then it's going to be Ironhead. And the last one, god damn. I mean, because you know how we be talking about we love Bolio dogs, but I don't want fucking Bolio. And they say Dabo probably was the most used dog of all time. I don't really want him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him. No, I can't even use Mauler because Mauler ain't do shit, but he produced a lot of dogs. It was late starters. And he ain't really did nothing himself. Besides roll out there in peat yard. That a dog in the barn will kill you if you brought a dog in the barn, but not if you ain't bring him out. So he really wasn't no exciting dog for me to want to raise.
Yeah.
And I had to X Jeep off that shit because you know what? And I ain't gonna say, but all these little mates did good. Even everything on for $100. $100 probably what Ironhead daughter, like they say.
Probably was. Probably was. I heard that plenty of times. Heard that plenty of times.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't seen no dog. Ain't no dog ring no bell for me like that. Besides them one, and the only reason I like Nitro, he wasn't no badass dog, but you could breed into a rat, and all of them was gonna be hot. So that's the only purpose he had.
Yeah,
that's the only purpose he really had, and all that T-boy shit, that Tommy Walker shit, all that curry ass shit, be hot when they puppies, and then when they get older, don't do nothing. Quit the bow leg in the back, all that ugly snout. No, they wasn't nothing. Maybe none of them were nothing.
So tell me, what line has no place on your yard? For sure, you hear it, stay far away from it. There got to be one line at least that you just ain't messing with. Period. Don't hold back.
I wouldn't want none of that Voodoo and that Chinaman shit and all that. Them type dogs. I didn't like them type dogs. They had mouth, but they wasn't what I liked it.
Yeah.
You know, all those people jumping on the rascal band and shit now.
Are blue dogs real pit bulls? What is a red-nosed Jocko dog? Plus many other questions like, what's a real pit bull, all answered in the Pit Bull Encyclopedia. Get deworming techniques, dog training tips, and nutritional hints while learning about bloodlines and pit bull history. Get a deep understanding of what has made this breed such a popular dog in America since before the Civil War. Stop looking from the outside of the glass, making stereotypical opinions about a dog that has stood the test of time. Your copy is waiting for you to order today. Say yes to education.
My lady went looking for me for about 2 or 3 days. And I ain't gonna lie, I was having a good time and time passed me by. And a whole lot of other folk was too. She didn't believe me, so I put her in the car and I took her. I took her to the hole in the wall. Yeah, that's where we get drunk, drinking till we fall. All night. The hole in the wall. It's the hole in the wall. Smoking, dancing, just a ball. Was at the hole in the wall. Just the other day, I disappeared with my kin. When I got back home, my girl said, where the hell you been, right? Cause you no cheater, you the same, you no liar. You better take me there right now or I'ma light your ass on fire. There's a hole in the wall. It's a hole in the wall. Drunk, drinking till we fall. She said, all night. The hole. I said, yeah. In the wall. It's the hole in the wall. Smoking, dancing, just a ball. That hole in the wall. The next day, I took her there. You should have seen my girl, how she let down her hair. I didn't know who she was, she had a brand new feel. My sanctified lady got wild and it got real. There's a hole in the wall. That's where we get drunk, drinking till we fall. And the hole in the wall. Everybody smoking, dancing, just a ball. Having a ball. Now every day, she wanna go to this hole. I swear I let out a beast, she out of control. My friends say it's all good. Now the whole church congregation's at the bush. And the hole in the wall. In the wall. Yeah, they at this hole. Drunk, drinking in the wall. We at that hole in the wall. Everybody dancing, having a ball. The hole in the wall. Hole